You always hear people confusing Niagara Falls and Buffalo. In this video, we're going to compare the two so that you know exactly where you want to move, how they both compare, and which one to choose from. Stay tuned. So, what's going on, you guys? As always, welcome back to Buffalo's Living. I got a lot of surprises going up for you guys in these next 6 months. A lot more videos, and we got some merch coming too. Nice. So now that you guys is subscribed, go ahead and get you a nice Buffalo Living t-shirt or any merch that we'll have down below. That's probably gonna come in these next 2 to 3 weeks, so make sure you guys be on the lookout for that. But anyways, if this is you guys' first time, my name is Devonte Davis. I'm a local realtor in and around the Buffalo area. So in that, I was born and raised here, love Buffalo, talk everything Buffalo, working, eating, sleeping, drinking, doesn't matter. Especially if you guys are relocating to Buffalo or you're already in Buffalo and looking to relocate around. Make sure you hit your boy up, call, email, text, DM, doesn't matter. Hit the follow button on all social medias and I will make sure I respond to you guys. Or if you got a topic that you guys want to learn about or discuss, make sure you drop it in the comment box. Always willing to help out. All right, so let's get into this video because everybody seems to be confusing the two of Buffalo and Niagara Falls. Now, yes, they are close, but they are two totally, when I mean totally, two totally different A, counties, and two totally B, areas, and the way the lifestyle, the living, and all that stuff. So we're gonna cover the main topics first, so just the overall general picture, and then we're gonna go into some subtopics later on down the line, and just comparing these two, compare, contrast everything that we possibly can about the two areas. So starting with Buffalo. You know what? Let's start with Niagara Falls because we don't talk enough about it. So Niagara Falls is, again, these two places are vastly different. When it comes to Niagara Falls is like this little bite-sized piece of a county up there, and that's located in Niagara County, Niagara Falls. Basically, Niagara Falls, Niagara County. Those two are where Niagara Falls is right closer to the border. So Niagara Falls is probably, maybe depending on where you are in Niagara Falls, probably like 15 minutes from the border. A lot of people think as soon as you think of Niagara Falls, you're thinking about the falls, you're going to see all the water and the creek and all that stuff going down there. But Niagara Falls actually has some living space too as well. It's made up of about 50,000 people. It's not a lot of people in Niagara Falls, and it definitely shows when it comes to driving up into the falls. Buffalo, a little bit bigger, and it has a more of a suburban feel to it. So Buffalo has about 250,000 people inside the actual city, and then it has the outskirts like Amherst, Cheektowaga, all the suburban areas, Orchard Park, stuff like that. All those areas around Niagara County that's on the outskirts of Niagara Falls, like Lockport, Alcott, North Tonawanda, Lewiston, those are all the suburbs of Niagara Falls. And like I said, the suburbs of Buffalo will be your Cheektowagas, Amhersts, Orchard Parks, West Senecas, all those areas. So wherever you see Niagara County, that's Niagara Falls. Wherever you see Erie County, that's Buffalo and all the surrounding suburbs inside of it. Niagara Falls, like I said, is very small, densely populated community. Only about 50,000 people. So you can see the difference from Niagara Falls and just a Buffalo based off the people. Now, let's dig into the good stuff. Niagara Falls, it's shockingly depressing. Like, I would like to me, there's two sides of Niagara Falls. You have Hyde Park, which is a main street in Niagara Falls. It literally splits Niagara Falls into two. Anything below Hyde Park, like where you're going into First Italy, 22nd Street, 32nd Street, all the way going down to First Street, you will be shockingly surprised about what the housing look like and the people and the things in the area. Like, for Niagara Falls to get so much attraction every single year, even if you do go through the Canadian side, you got to pass through Niagara Falls. Once you get over there, right, you got this big old building, the Seneca Casino. Beautiful building. Lot of reserve. They have a lot of plans. So like the Seneca is big over there. So you know the Indians and the Seneca people, they have a huge reservation over there. What I mean huge reservation. Now, they got a lot of money over there. But once you hit First Street to about, I would say like 30th Street or right up until you get to Hyde Park, you wouldn't even think Niagara Falls will look like this. Like, a lot of the housing, a lot of the streets, a lot of the things around there is just Like now it's not to talk bad about Niagara Falls. I love Niagara Falls is cool to me. You know me, I don't play nobody area. I don't downplay because I understand that people live there, and that's what people call home. People talk stuff about Buffalo all the time. I'm not one to do that. I state facts. Once you guys go to Niagara Falls, you guys can see for yourself. Like, you would never think Niagara Falls will look like that. I'm telling you guys. Like, I'm like like as soon as you step off First Street, as soon as you get off the highway or the 198 or whatever, I forget whatever the highway is coming off the bridge, it's like, wow. It's like the Wild Wild West or something. But then, like I said, how Niagara Falls splits in two, if you go above Hyde Park, it's like a totally different area. Like, so like 68th Street, 50th Street, 89th Street, 93rd Street. I saw a couple houses up there. You wouldn't even think it was in the same 10-minute drive. Like, it's literally go from like decimated to like beautiful. Especially once you guys go around the Outlet Mall. That's what the dopest thing, well, I don't say the dopest thing, but one of the greatest thing about Niagara Falls is that they got the Outlet Mall literally right there. And when the Outlet Mall, it used to be a lot better years ago, but I don't know, I guess rental prices or retail prices to own a store has went up crazily. A lot of the nice stores that were in there are not in there anymore, which is kind of sad, but you know, it is what it is you can only do what you can do. But like I said, that where the outlet is, and above there, so around that Hyde Park area above there, beautiful area, very, very nice area. But then, like I said, below that, it get a little iffy. Same thing with Buffalo though too. Once you go to Buffalo, you can literally, let's take West Ferry for instance. West Ferry, East Ferry. You can start on East Ferry, it hood, straight, like almost middle of the hood. You drive literally 6-7 minutes, not even 5 minutes. It's a $300,000 house sitting on the corner from when you were just at a $60,000 house 2-4 minutes ago. Like, it's fascinating the switch up that you can see. But I also learned that that's not just Buffalo or Niagara Falls. That's a lot of other areas too. I went to Atlanta last month I went to Atlanta 3 months ago. Around 3 months ago. We literally was in downtown Atlanta. Where we were, right by I think it was like Georgia Tech is over there. All those three, it's like 3 colleges. Anyways, we downtown Atlanta. Literally where we were was like dudes on a corner hanging, slanging, banging, whatever they was doing. I don't know. I don't watch that stuff. We went to literally 2 blocks. We spun the block, 2 blocks. It was a Ritz-Carlton on the other end. I was like, yo, so like it's a lot of energy. Like every city has that. Florida has that. Definitely Houston has that, because I was literally just there last month. Like, a lot of cities have this, but once in Niagara Falls or in Buffalo, it may be a little gradually worse from my experience. Like, anyways, let's get back to the comparison. When it comes to the cost of living between these two areas, Niagara Falls is definitely way cheaper to live in than Buffalo. Like, Niagara Falls still has $100,000 houses, $120,000 houses that, and Buffalo will probably go for like 150 to 180. Especially once you guys get to Lockport. I just sold a couple houses in Lockport. Like, it was going for 120 in Buffalo. Those same houses would have been going for probably like 200,000. I mean, big, beautiful houses in that area. But this cost of living in Lockport, Niagara County, Niagara Falls, it's just way cheaper. I mean, extremely cheaper than the Buffalo area. Especially right now, Buffalo rental prices have skyrocketed over COVID. I mean, skyrocketed. Now you will see a lot of 2 bedrooms, 3 bedrooms going for $1,200, $1,500, $1,800. In some areas, especially in Buffalo, downtown suburban areas, those areas you're going to be paying like $2,000 for a 3-bedroom. Like, a lot of prices have risen, especially when it comes to, like I said, housing and then just cost of living in general. Also, speaking of housing, cost of living, the food comparisons between the two does not compare at all. all. Like, when it comes to Buffalo food, Niagara Falls food, no offense to Niagara Falls, I literally found maybe 1 or 2 restaurants up there that I would eat at. The rest of them, I'm going by the mall. Either I'm going to get a meal prep first, or I'm going to like Longhorn or Applebee's or something like that over there. There's not a lot of mom and pop shops in Niagara Falls compared to, and now we're just comparing it to, compared to Buffalo. On every corner or every street, at least 2 minutes away, you'll find a mom and pop shop or a small business that you will just die to eat at. It doesn't matter what kind of food you eat it. Like in Buffalo, like I said before, Buffalo is known for its food, and everything else comes after that, the bills and all that stuff. But comparing it to, as far as food, grocery shopping and stuff, just a cost of living in general, Buffalo has it beat hands down, especially with the housing too. But a lot of people do get confused. Like I said, these two areas are not far apart. They're only about 30 minutes apart. But there is a drastic area and cost of living change between the two areas that you guys can definitely find out for yourself, or listen to me. Like I said, I'm giving you from first-hand experience, but these two areas are vastly different. So when you guys make a decision, you guys, if you are in Buffalo, just take the half an hour trip up to Niagara Falls and just see what it looks like. You'll get a feel for it by yourself. Like I said, there are some very, very nice pockets of Niagara Falls, especially if you're going further out like Lewiston, Alcott. That's a very small community, but you're right by the beach. So if you're thinking about getting something close by the beach or something like that, Alcott may be a great place for you. Lockport, I actually I like Lockport. That's a tongue twister. I like Lockport a lot, especially the size of the house you get for the amount. There's a few over on Walnut. If you're going down Walnut, Grand Street, or if you just keep going out more and more, like the town of Lockport has beautiful homes coming off Millerport and Transit. I mean, beautiful homes over there in the town of Lockport. So there's some nice areas in Niagara Falls, Niagara County, if you will. And just like Buffalo, like I said, Buffalo is just a bigger city. And it's kind of crazy to say that compared to Niagara Falls, because most other main big cities, Buffalo is small. So you guys can kind of put that to comparison for yourselves. Continuing with the housing, because that's a big one. Everybody want to know where they live. The houses in Niagara County or in Niagara Falls are a lot older. Now, most of them do have basements, but they're made with an old limestone foundation. Like, you gotta think, Niagara Falls, Lockport, the Erie Canal, they call it Erie County and Niagara County for a reason, because that's where a lot of boats and everything like that were passing through years ago when the Erie Canal was a thing. So you guys have to think about the housing in Buffalo and Niagara Falls. It's a lot older. We all have basements, and like in Buffalo, if you guys don't have a basement or your house sits on a slab, that's odd to us. Like, everybody has a basement or has a desire to finish their basement. Now, when it comes to certain areas in Buffalo, you can't do that just because of the age of the house. Niagara Falls is one of those areas. You'll have a lot of limestone foundations. So if you don't know what that is, back in the day, they used to literally haul big rocks of limestone, break them up, and literally that would be boom, rock, cement, rock, cement. That would be your basement. And then they went to the block foundation or the cinder block foundation, and then they went to the poured concrete. So only thing about Niagara Falls basements, a lot of them are very damp. In some areas of Buffalo, you'll find that as well too. Buffalo basically sits on a swampland, so because of all the water that passes under and through. So you guys have to think about that. In some areas, depending on the area, make sure you guys let me know and I can give you better guidance. But in some areas, a little water or a little dampness, you may just need a dehumidifier in your basement. Take that water, moisture out the air, and just have it drain down into your sub pump. Sub pumps are very common in these areas, so make sure you guys know exactly what area you guys want to move into. Listen to the video, compare the two. But Lockport homes, like I said, Niagara Falls homes are a lot older compared to those in Buffalo. Now, in all areas, no, there are some older homes in Buffalo too as well, like real old homes in Buffalo. But for the most part, you'll find a lot of limestone, a lot of cinder block foundations inside the Niagara Falls region compared to that of Buffalo. When it comes to crime, Niagara, it's funny. It's still so funny to me how Buffalo got ranked #1 in New York State. I still find that hard to believe. It's because I've been to New York. I'm not a fan of New York City. It's a beautiful city. I mean, it's lit, it's nice, it's dirty, but every big city is pretty much dirty. Anyways, but like Buffalo crime and then Niagara Falls crime, let's talk about them. they both not good. Like, it's really not to compare there, but like I said, there's a lot of nice parts in Buffalo, especially in the suburban areas, like, you know, your Amherst, Orchard Parks, Williamsville, stuff like. Nothing goes on out there. When you talk about in the inner city, comparing Niagara Falls to Buffalo, to me, Niagara Falls is a little bit grimier, like I said, but it's really in that if you stay below Hyde Park, it get iffy, like I said. But again, people call that home, so I'm not one to judge. But when it comes to those two, I would say they're very close. If I had to lean one way, and this may be a biased opinion, but Niagara Falls is definitely a little bit grimier when it comes to like crime and stuff like that. Now, I didn't check no stats. I'm just letting you know from personal opinion. Like, if you want to check the stats, look at the crime rate. I'm pretty sure though Niagara Falls may be a little more up there than compared to that of Buffalo. Again, the two areas in itself is not very good. We definitely have to work on that. So all my people, just chill out, have a good time. You know what I'm saying? Have a good time. Now, when it comes to school systems, there are not very many schools in Niagara Falls. There's really like one main high school in Niagara Falls. There's like really one main high school in Lockport. In Buffalo, there's like 53 high schools to choose from. Like, so you can tell that difference right away. Like, there's so many high schools in Buffalo, and if you haven't seen a Buffalo schools video, make sure you check it out. If you don't already see it in your feed, I guarantee you it's popping up in the next month or two, but just check that out. But when it comes to the school systems, the education systems, like Niagara Falls high school, like that one main high school is dope. I'm not gonna lie, it literally looked like a college campus in and around there. So once you're driving up that back, I think it's coming up Pine Street or Buffalo Street, one of them streets over there. Like, once you see Niagara Falls High School is extremely nice, and they're like, it's a massive, I think it's an A or AA school, so it's a pretty decent sized school. When it comes to Buffalo schools, again, you have a number of high schools you want to go to. Half of them you probably don't want to go to, but there is a nice good chunk of high schools in Buffalo that is very, very good. Like I said in the previous video, most of the suburban schools, as far as the Buffalo goes, you won't have a problem. The same thing with Lockport too. So I don't know why I keep talking about Lockport, but it's there. So we're just gonna talk about one suburban of Niagara Falls. But when it comes to Lockport, same thing. It's like one major high school there, and it's massive. The football team used to be real good. Niagara Falls. So what's his name? James Starks. Yeah, I remember who used to play for Green Bay. He was actually the running back for when they win the Super Bowl. He was the Niagara Falls high school running back at the time. Like, he got drafted right before he went to UB, and then he went on to the NFL. Like, it was dope. So their sports teams are very, very good. Big high schools, grand high schools, real nice. But like I said, it's only one compared to a plethora you'll get in that Buffalo region. But when it comes to shopping in Buffalo, I think the Niagara Falls outlet is way better than that of the mall per se, just because they got more of the, you know, the brand that you're actually looking for. When it comes to the mall, you only got the Macy's, the JCPenney's, Dick's, stuff like that, like the major retail stores. I personally like, and this is just my opinion, I like going to the name brands that I like. So I like going to Perry Ellis, or I'm not a big designer guy, so I wear, you know, Banana Republic, Gap. I love Gap. People be sleeping on Gap. I don't know why, but I like Gap, stuff like that. When you go to the retail, you know, when you go to the mall, hey, you gonna pay them retail prices. So for that same polo shirt that you could have got in an outlet will be $40 cheaper, because you got to pay Macy's, you got to pay the retail, Lafayette, all that stuff. When you're just going to the outlet, obviously it's a little lower tier of a clothing, but you still get to pay those outlet prices, to me, which is dope. I'm not a big fashion guy, so don't take fashion advice from your boy. I mean, I dress clean, nice, white shirts all the time, or a blue shirt, blue pants, I'll be good to go. But that's what I would say. Now, when it comes to the inside city, as far as shopping, that's where Buffalo has them beat, because there's 1,000 clothing stores in Buffalo. Especially once you guys go down like Elmwood Village and all that, you can find a lot of your vintage clothes or like your local clothing stores inside the Buffalo area. Like I said, retail wise, outlet wise, Niagara Falls to me. When it comes to like those vintage shops, or you just going to get some like off stock market like clothing or sneakers and stuff like that, Buffalo all day. So it's really comparing the two. Again, the drive is not far, so even if you lived in Niagara Falls, like, you can still drive to Buffalo anytime. That's what I don't understand about most people. They say that drive is far. It's 30 minutes. you ain't going that far. In the South, you go 30 minutes just to go to Walmart. Like, so compare and contrast the two. And that's pretty much it for the rest of this video. So I will look at both the areas. If there's anything else that you guys want to know about these two areas, I can easily do a part 2, but let me know. Would love to help. Again, if you guys are moving in and around the Buffalo area or the Niagara Falls area, Lewiston, wherever the places, I cover all, no matter where it is. So make sure you guys hit me up with a call, email, text, phone, DM, TikTok, Instagram, it don't matter. Hit your boy up. Would love to help. And then if you guys look in the below comment section, I got some merch coming all about the channel Buffalo Living. So once you guys get here, you'll be decked out with the Buffalo gear and everything else that you guys need. Again, my name is Devonte Davis. If you guys need anything, hit your boy up, and I will see you guys in the next video. Talk to you soon.